Okay, so I created a backdrop, and then what I did was to use the paint, the text tool to write. Okay, use the pen tool, text tool to write who wins, who goes first, first player, click here to start. So you don't necessarily have to like repeat what I have here. You can create your own. You can create your own message. You can create your own message box. Okay, like okay, whatever message you want people to see on the screen when they start your project. Okay, that's what you're going to write. Okay, so for me now, I did who goes first. So now,
Joseph, I can't see your screen.
wait. How many people cannot see my screen? Raise your hand.
Excuse me, Sir Joseph, I can't see your screen.
I'm coming. How many people cannot see my screen?
No, I can see your screen.
Who cannot see my screen?
Valerie.
Just Valerie. So I think it's the problem. Tell her this. Can you see my screen? Joseph, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, so if you can see my screen, that means your sister has issue with either her internet. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
So is either your internet is having issue, Valerie. So now,
Yeah.
so first we want to design this layout. So I want to see each and every one of you. I want to see your screen. Okay, so I'll give you some minutes to design this layout now, and then so let's even walk through it. So for me, is who goes first? Why is this thing still here? Oh. Okay. So it's not supposed to be there. What's going on? Why? Okay. So now I'll give every one of you some minutes to do this. Now the next thing is, after I did that, I now went to, now if you look, this backdrop is different. Okay, so what I did was to go online. I went online and then I went online to download a background. So if you type background on Google and click on images, you'll see different backgrounds. Okay, so you see different backgrounds. So what I did was to just click on any one that appeals to you. Okay, so you can just select any. You don't necessarily have to select the one that is blue. Okay, you don't necessarily have, and then watch out. You don't select anything that has a watermark on it. Okay, anything that has a watermark, so you can look for free stock images that you can use. So maybe something like this, but it doesn't, because having a blue background, if you don't know how to use it, it will make your whole thing, it will make the whole thing boring in the eye. So you need to look for a background that gives people a sense of relaxation and all that. So Well, this is not bad. Okay, you can use something like this. Yeah, you can use something like this. I believe this will work. So let's go back to our scratch now. So I downloaded a background. I believe we all know how to import backgrounds, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I downloaded a background. So when I downloaded a background, this thing, I draw this shape in the background. Okay, it's not a separate sprite. So if you can see, as soon as I imported my background, let's see, as soon as I imported my background, I just see here. Sorry, downloads. Where is it? Okay, so this is background. So you can see, as soon as I downloaded this, all I did was to come here and then draw. So the first thing is select it and make it bigger. Okay. If your background is too small, you need to select it and make it bigger to cover this page. And then I just come to this pen tool and then I draw, select, come here, make it white, and then just draw. Okay. So when you draw, come here to make it the same shape, come to copy, click on it, paste. Okay. So once you paste, do another paste and do another paste. So you have like 4. Okay. And then all you just need to do is to click on it, rotate it, bring it, click on this one, rotate. I'm not going to be wasting time on this because I've already done. I'm just showing you so that you don't look confused. So because some of you might be wondering, how did you get this? How did you get this? So which is why I have to go back and then do it again. Just need to. Okay. So okay. So this is what I want to see. So I need to say this. So let me delete this because there's no point of having to already have one here. So I need to delete this. So I'm just taking you through on how to create this so that you don't. And then after you are done with that, the next thing is to create this. So what first? Let me move my X to here. Then make it bigger. And then the same thing to the O. Or bring it, make it bigger. O wins. Okay. Now how you do that is how you get this O. You can either just use this alpha this text to just do O. Okay. You can do that. But what I did here was to come to sprites, select sprite. Oh, sorry. That backdrop. Okay. All I did was to come to this. Okay, so I just used the letters. O, letter O. come to select it out, and then make it bigger. You don't necessarily have to use the same. So you can see now. So you don't necessarily have to use the same color that I used. You can just play. The whole idea is for you to play around it. Okay, so now quickly do this now. Let me see. Everybody do this now and let me see. You have less than 4 minutes to finish. All right.
Okay. Okay.
When you are done, as soon as you are done, signal me.
Excuse me, Mr. Joseph.
Yes, ma.
How are there two sprites when you only picked one sprite?
How can I?
Why are there two sprites when you only picked one sprite?
Where's sprites? Those are not sprites, they are backdrops.
No, like glow. Oh.
Huh? Liz Angel, let me see your screen. Liz Angel, let me see your screen. Who was talking? Tel Aviv. Was that you? Hmm? Hello, Tel Aviv.
Yes, Mr. Joseph.
Was that you talking?
Yes, Mr. Joseph.
Okay. So what is your question?
My question is, why is why did you pick one sprite and two sprites are showing?
Why did I pick one sprite and two
No.
sprite?
How?
Okay, we've not gotten there yet.
What did you say?
We are not there yet.
Okay.
But have you downloaded your sprites, your backdrop? Huh?
I have created them.
So let me see. Daniel, you said you are done. Let me see. So
Should I share my screen?
yes.
Okay.
Liz Angel, let me see your screen. You're not, where's she? She's still on this call. I'm waiting for you to share your screen now.
I've shared my screen. Can you see it?
Yes.
Who did that?
Why? That's, go back to that background.
Is it this one?
The flowers.
I'm there.
How is that to your eye?
What did you say?
How does this look to your own eye? In your own eye?
I don't know.
Isn't it too busy? It's distracting.
It's
Psychologically.
distracting.
Yeah. Because you already have
my
a pink, you already have a pink background, and then you're now using a pink, canister on it again.
Mr. Joseph, please, can I show you my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Please stop sharing. I got permission from Mr. Joseph.
This is my own project.
What's this? Who is this? Who? Who is this? Joseph.
It's Valerie.
This Valerie.
And Jesus. Valerie, why now? Why? Why? This is too colorful now. This is too colorful. It's confusing. And go back to your nebula. Go to your nebula. Where's Joseph? Jordan. Who is DTB? Who is DTB? Is that Daniel?
I don't know who that is.
Me out.
Huh? Who is DTB? Okay. Daniel, can I see your screen? Okay. No. Something, wait. Something is wrong. There are meant to be two. There are meant to be two boxes, not four. What you have is about two. Okay. This box, this center box is meant to be just one. So take out one of the pipe. No, take out the, yeah, and then extend the other one. Okay. Well, I think the color, I think the color is too bright. So it would have used something that is a little bit, but this is fine. Let me see the first backdrop. It's just too bright. It's just the brightness. Let me see the first backdrop. Okay. Now take this out. Take this X or O, because this X or O will come from your X sprites, your X and the O sprites. Okay, careful. Now, so okay, now here. Let me share my screen. So here now, here, what you can see is O or X, right? But if I click my green flag, you see two of these appearing. Now, this is coming from the X, or the O is coming from this blue O, right? So they are stuck together, okay? They are stuck together. So what I just did is I only design a background, and then I use this to determine, I use my X sprite. Okay, I use my X sprite to I use my sprite to determine the position. So let's go to the code now. Basically, here, right? The first thing I did is whenever the green flag is clicked, okay, hide. So if I have to stop this and then do this, can you see that they are all hidden? Okay. Now, the next thing I did was to come here, put the switch costume. Now, what I'm telling it is, remember there are two costumes here, right? There are two costumes here. There are two costumes, O and X, right? But what I want is for the glow O to show, okay? So I want hide, then switch costume to O, okay? And then create a clone of myself. Now, this is for when you click the green flag. When you create a clone of yourself, switch costume back to X, okay? Switch your costume back to X. When you switch your costume back to X, set now, you create a variable like we always do. You create X or O variable. So you can name your variable whatever you want, but for simplicity, okay, for simplicity, you can, so for simplicity's sake, I just had to like name mine I just had to name mine X or O, but you can name it whatever is okay for you that you know you remember. Okay, so after I did that, I bring out my set X to not speak. So I just name this. So I'm just telling it that X or O to not speak. So which means I've not selected it, right? And then switch my backdrop back to X or O. Now I've named my backdrops here. I've named my backdrop here. Where is it? Where is the code? Okay, so this who goes first is what I name X or O. All right. So this is what I name my backdrop. Now, if I click on this, you see different backdrops that I have. So my X or O is what I name my backdrop. The first one. So you have to be careful when you are also naming your own backdrop. Okay. So as soon as I'm done with that, I want to change the size. Set size to 150. So to make it bigger, okay, I'll set my size to 150. And then this go to X and Y is the position that I want it to appear at. Okay, now, if I remove this, now this go to X and Y. Okay, let me take this out. Undo first. If this is not broken. So let's take out this. Let's focus on this first. Okay, now up to this point, I hope we understand what is here. So if I do this and I click, I want to change this to 200. So can you see now? So this X, this go to X and Y now, is telling it to the screen where it should position itself whenever we click on the green flag. Now, what happens is whenever we click the green flag, we want this to hide. So once it hides, switch costume to glow. Now you create a clone of yourself. So that's, you know how create clones works, but that happens at the background. It happens on the background that you don't observe, and then set this X to any costume that is not picked. So once that is done, set size to 150, go to X200, and then show. So let's go back, put this at 100. When we put this at 100, now the next thing we want to do is, so this is where the trick is. So the first few lines of this code is just to handle what happens here for you to make it show at this position. Now here, we have a block called forever, and we put an if then inside it. So what we now tell it is, if mouse down, if mouse down, so what is mouse down?
Excuse me, Mr. Joseph, which
Yes.
place is named Glow X and Glow Y?
A glow X and glow Y is a sprite. Is a sprite. Is a sprite. It is a sprite.
No, like in the code.
In the code. Where? Can you point to where you see?
Like scroll up.
This? Is this?
The place that shows when green flag click hide, switch costume to glow off.
I don't get your question. Yeah, this is a costume. Now, everything you are doing, remember, is for this costume. It's under the costume. So this glow X switch costume is because it's your costume name. So you go to your... Yes.
Excuse me, Mr. Joseph, is the old part of the background?
Which old?
The old that is beside the X.
Sorry, let me reply to Liz Angel. She has left the meeting. So, okay. Okay, so yeah, now. So I want to get your question right, correct. So you said, what's your question, Tel Aviv?
Did you hear me?
I just heard you now. You are not talking.
What I was asking you is that how did you bring one sprite and two?
Yeah, so you are not, so that's what I'm telling you, that you need to listen. We've not gotten there. We have to do it one step at a time. Okay.
So how am I supposed to put the code?
Let me see your screen. Let me see your screen.
Okay.
Please, Angel, can you share your screen? Because I'm trying to send a message that is not delivering. Can you share your screen? If you are still on this call, can you share your screen? So let's know where the problem is.
Excuse me, Mr. Joseph, I've shared my screen.
Okay, now you only have one sprite here. So they have to be two. It has to be two.
Yes. Excuse me, Mr. Roland. I've done it again. Excuse me, Mr. Roland.
Yes.
When will we get to the stage of the two sprites and me writing my code?
How do you get to where?
Excuse me, Mr. Joseph.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Like, how do I get the two sprites in one and both of them are showing at the same time?
Where is your sprite?
What
Click
did you
on the
say?
sprite. Let me see the costume that you have.
My sprite?
Yes.
My costume. Yeah.
And you only have one sprite. I said, put another sprite here on that same folder.
I put another sprite. Okay.
Yes. All the Tel Aviv, you are not paying attention to what I was showing you. So, okay. So Daniel. So share your screen. Let's use your screen to go through. Let's use your screen to do a walkthrough. So, okay, so how did you get here? Click on the green flag. Let me see. Why is it moving to? No, that's wrong. That's wrong. They were meant to be inside one costume, not different costumes. So yeah, so go to that costume. Tel Aviv, pay attention. Yes. So this is how it's supposed to be. Now click on this where you have the cat sprites. Tel Aviv. Inside this costume. No. Daniel, go back to the costume. Tel Aviv. Where you have this inside this costume, click on choose costume. That is where you are going to put your costume. Don't put it as a separate costume, please. So, okay, go back, Daniel, go back. Okay, click on the green flag. Click on the X. No. Click on the X. Let me see what happens. No, from the main, the game itself, the project itself. You've not clicked on the green flag. You haven't clicked on the green flag. Click on the green flag and then click on the X. Okay, click on the X. Click on the X. Click on the X. So yes. So this is what's supposed to happen. Okay. Now, so let me take you through how this works. Now, the thing is, it's an instruction. Okay. Someone is coming to your platform, or someone is coming to play your game. You are giving the person an instruction that, okay, to start this game, which box do you want to start first? Click on X to start the game, or click on O to start. So when you click on X, it shows you this box. Okay, it shows you this box where you now have your tic-tac-toe platform. Now, what is responsible for that is forever block. Now, when you do the forever block, you put an if then. Now, if this mouse down, and then you go to operators. When you go to operators, you bring out. So I'm trying to explain this part that you do now. No, you don't need to. You don't need to. So for the people that don't understand how this works, now bring out Anne. Daniel, bring out Anne. Okay. Now when you bring out Anne, the next thing is you go to sensing. You bring out mouse down. So who can tell me what mouse down? What's the meaning of mouse down? Who can tell me what is the meaning of mouse down in Scratch?
Hi, my name is Ayaniku. Hi, my name is Ayaniku. What you do there?
I think it means when facing down.
Just so your voice is low, it's not clear.
It's when the mouse pointer is facing down.
Okay. So now what? Well done. That's a nice. So what a mouse down? What was it? Mouse down does is remember what I said about a Boolean statement. Okay, it's either true or false. So what you're telling it is mouse down and mouse pointer. So what you're saying is if any of this if any of this thing is clicked, okay, if the X is clicked, okay, do something. And that do something is what is we want to, okay, so what is a command that we are giving it and say, okay, if this thing is clicked, okay, if this thing is clicked, switch backdrop to tech. Now, Daniel, stop sharing your screen. Yes. So now, here, right? Here, this is my mouse. So mouse down is telling this guy, if I click on you, okay? If I click on you, what should be the next action? What should happen next? So the next action is here, is what I have here inside this forever. Now my own forever looks a little bit complex, right? Looks a little bit complex. So I'm saying if mouse down and touching mouse pointer, okay? And touching mouse pointer. We know how to get the mouse pointer, right? Get the mouse pointer from here, okay? If I do that, switch backdrop to tech. And my backdrop to tech is because I named this tech. It's a tech background. So that is why I name it tech. So all of you don't have to like give it the same name that I give mine. So I give my name based on what I am using. So this is a tech background. So I'm just telling you that, okay, if I click on this, I want you to switch to this. I want you to switch to this platform. So that is what this guy does. So, okay, when we switch, okay. So when we switch, I want you to hide. Okay, now if I take out this, if I take out the hide block and leave this, let's go back. Now, if I click on this, why is it hiding? That's not supposed to be hiding. Okay, so something is wrong. So it's not supposed to hide without this guy. So what I'm just saying is, if I click on you, if I click on either O or X, okay, switch background to tech, and then hide the previous background and the letters, okay? Hide the previous background or letters, and then set the X, okay? Set the X or O to X, but you really do not understand. Now, the thing is, you know, if I click on X, everything just hide, but it doesn't show. Now, what we want to do is, if we click on the X or the zero, the letter 0, we want it to show 1. So what we want to show here is to set the X, okay? Is to set the X to 0. No, sorry, to set the X to X, okay? Is to set the X to X. And then bring in another if then inside it and say, okay, now inside this, before you do that, you first bring an OR block, okay? And then you go to your variables. You go to your variable and then you bring out your O or X, which is this. You snap it inside it. Put this to equals to O, okay? And then you put it there. Bring the second one. Put this, if this X or O equals to X. So what you're just saying is, if this X or O equals to O, or X equals to X or O equals to X, stop this script. So you want to stop this particular script from running. So that's, it's not to stop for everything. It's just for that script, okay? So after you've done that, the next thing is to now create a clone. So, okay. So we still lengthy. Okay, so the next thing is for you to now do this. So when backdrop switches to tech, okay, when the backdrop is switched to tech, hide, okay, when the backdrop is switched to tech, hide, okay, hide, and then set size to 100%. So that set size to 100% is returning this. Eh? What is what? Yes, you are still having this audio issue again. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can every person hear Daniel?
No.
Daniel, can you type it as a message? Yeah. Or where did I create a clone? Okay. So like come down here. So this is where the clone is created. Okay. This is where the clone is created. So this is also a bit lengthy. So I think you have the recordings. So just take your time to go through it so that take your time to go through it one after the other. By Saturday, we'll finish up. So Daniel, you were meant to take us on Saturday. So you're supposed to do that last week. But we didn't, because of the people that didn't turn up. Okay. So at the moment, on Saturday, I'll just have like 1 hour to finish this. And then the remaining hour is for you to do the presentation. So you get ready, make sure your audio issue is sorted out. Okay. Joseph, get ready. After Daniel, upper week is you. Okay. So after Joseph, we select the next two. So the first two is Daniel and Joseph. So after Joseph, we select the next two. Right. Are we good? Okay. Good night. Please get the recording from Auntie Lillian and then go through it. So if you have any issue when we come on Saturday, we walk through it together.
Guys, I hope the class went well. I'll be sending recorded version to all of us. Daniel, prepare for your presentation on Saturday and see us all Saturday by 10 a.m.
Joseph, is it Zoom? Bye.